I know while it burns slow. Shout out to all my guys and goddesses, know high vibrational human beings. You know what the fuck it is, man. Another day in this shift. You feel me? As this shit's closing out, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Experience, right? Like I was just on the phone with Mama Goddess, and it's like whenever I start talking to her about how real it is, it's like she gets so triggered. I want to know if a lot of other black women feel like that, that's more aware of what's going on and not running from it. However so that y'all facing it, if y'all feel that way. You know, I'm kind of curious because, you know, I don't want to say it's even a bad thing, but like I told y'all, whatever y'all got to do to make it to your next day, because, you know, I'd rather y'all do that than crash out, you know, in the ways that's being put in place for us to crash out as far as all of this is closing out. You know what I'm saying? Like I was telling her on the phone, I was saying, me as a black man, I never felt so provoked. You know what I'm saying? And it's wild, like you would think that like the more mature that you get, you know, it wouldn't be like that, but it's like the total opposite. It's like when I was actually on a certain type of time, it's like, believe it or not, I didn't feel provoked. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying my best to keep my hands off guns. I just beat a gun charge. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to stay away. I'm not trying to shoot nothing. You feel me? And it's like, what's crazy about it is I never felt so provoked by dumb shit of like all sorts of angles ever, y'all. It's almost like, I don't know if that's the curse that I get for being on when I was on what I was on. Like now that's like, okay, I'm older now, and it's like I'm not on that tip. It's like I gotta keep my calm while people damn near try to like make me max on him just because I have a child, just to stay in his life or get back to him from being alienated from him. You get what I'm saying? That's like the punishment every day, you know, that like to provoke me. You get what I'm saying? So it's real, you know. So it's like, and I really hope that I don't. You know, I'm glad that I haven't yet, but I really hope I don't crash out though, yeah. But it's like, it really, I don't want to say it wouldn't matter, but let me be real. Like I already missed more than half of the most important time of any child's life. And that's like, you know what I'm saying? He's about to be 6 years old. He's already like 5.5 now. So, you know, it's like 1 to like 9. What's the most important of any child's life? When he got like 4 more years, right? I'm telling y'all have no idea, you know? Y'all have no idea. And it's so sad because it's just like, no son deserves that type of shit, y'all. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna be real with y'all. And it's like, that's why this shit be going on. And it's like, it be so much people protecting toxicity. It be so much men having to fight for their children and shit. And this shit just go on like everything is everything. You know, even like the damage that's done on a psychological level. Like y'all have no clue what men be going through with this shit. You feel me? It's wild as shit, y'all. But it's like somehow, some way, I don't crash out. Or when I crash out to the level that I crash out without really crashing out, I'm protected. You feel me? I don't know. It's real as shit though, y'all. It's real as shit. I wish these days would speed up even faster though. You know, I really wish that they would. I noticed that like patterns that my mom does, like it's like when it's like I would need the most advice from her, it's like that's when like her narcissistic shit comes out. You know what I'm saying? Or I guess she gets triggered. I told y'all, like I really feel like, I'm gonna be honest, and it's fucked up. I gotta say this, and I'm not trying. And I love my mom to death, but somehow, sometimes, a lot of times, I feel like my mom has seen my son and knows like more of what's going on, and just hasn't told me the truth. You know, not even gonna lie with y'all. Like I don't be knowing really. You know, put it like this: if I'm wrong about anybody that did me wrong, so much people did do me wrong. I just had to cut everybody out and just be wrong about the people I'm wrong about. You know what I'm saying? That's when you know people really did you really dirty in life. When it's like, you just gotta just cut off everybody and be like, damn, the ones I'm wrong about is the ones I'm wrong about. I can't take no chances. You know what I'm saying? Because people done me so dirty. That's when you know shit is crazy. And you don't even mind whatever comes with that. Because whatever it is, it would be better than that. You know what I'm saying? Having that around you, and that hurts, you know. But that's like real spill, y'all. That's really like real spill. And it's like, I mean, like I said, I miss my son. And I worst case scenario, if anything bad, it's so much videos of me talking to y'all and stuff that I put about stuff going on like through years, not even just what's happening on the planet, but just with everything. So me speaking about my son and stuff, it's wild. I'm just happy that like everything is happening, so everything can come back in its order properly. But anything bad happening, bad to all children, consequences on it, you know? Like this life, is it gonna be able to go forward and like everything just be ignored? Because y'all notice that's the same concept with like everything. And it's like even like the protection can't even protect it falling no more. It's like that's confirmation. Like the real issue, it's like everybody just goes on like it's not going on. Like y'all notice how like everything fits in that category? Like everything fits in that category, y'all. Like everything fits in that category. And even while everything is being brought to the forefront and consequences is happening, what is everybody doing? Everybody's still acting like nothing is going on and just still going along, you know? So it shows y'all like the more and more truth comes out and the more this shuts down, y'all realize like they have to try to make us reactive, you know? It's wild because it's like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, what people are even facing, like even from like a food stamp standpoint, like I don't even have food stamps, right? But this is what's crazy. Like everything, the stuff that I'm facing in my immediate life right now, that I'm going through to like not crash out, to make it through the next day, everything, right? It's like what they're experiencing, what they're experiencing doesn't even touch the iceberg of what I'm dealing with, y'all. Not even the iceberg. You know what I'm saying? Not even the iceberg, y'all. You know, for real. And it's like I'm saying this from the standpoint of like me staying afloat. Like I ain't crashed out yet, you know. I ain't crashed out yet, but it's like some days I'm provoked more to crash out than other days, and it's like I can't worry about nothing else but not to crash out. And today is like one of them days, you know. Today is one of them days. What's up, Anna? You know, today is one of them days. Today is one of them days. I'm gonna try to hold my head real quick so I don't smoke this black and out and keep my head right. Cause it's bad, y'all. I know it's a lot of people that want me to kill myself, but I already feel killing myself every day though. Like I feel like killing myself right now. You know, that's why I'm about to get this black and out. I already feel like that every day, and it's like, like that's what I'm saying. People really don't understand what I'm dealing with, off of like the abuse that like I took and like I'm still taking, and finding out like what I took just in general, like as a black man, like really what I'm living in and stuff. Like I really don't give a fuck what happens to me. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I'm doing what I can for myself and stuff, and I'm getting stuff done and stuff like that, and all of that. But at the same time, I swear that shit is like autopilot. Like I really don't give a fuck, because it's like everything has already. It's like my family has already been destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Like honestly, like if I even like for real want a woman, it would have to be like a woman that's like not of like life now. I feel like with how women have been ruined, I feel like that's not like possible. You feel me? And I know like Ruja, Dave, I'm in the US, you know, but I know that shit might seem like crazy what I'm saying, but I gave up on love. Like I don't really care about any of that shit. Like I just gotta make sure I don't crash out to get back to my son. That's all I care about. Everything else is just irrelevant. Like I'm not letting people provoke me or none of that shit. I don't even pay attention to that shit. I just hope that nobody puts their hands on me or anything. I swear to God, I hope nobody puts their hands on me. Because the moment somebody do that, I'm gonna kill you. I swear to God, I'm gonna kill you. You know what I mean? Other than that, I'm not tripping about the other shit. But if somebody actually jump out there, yeah, it's gonna be a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? Whole nother story. You know, the type of anger that like I really have instilled in me. I'm not gonna fucking play with you. You know what I mean? For real, for real. On my soul. You know. I appreciate that, brother. Good look, Jack. How you doing? Can I get a black amount?
Which one?
The jazz. Or can I get that light blue one? Yeah, that one right there. Yeah. Or actually, nah, that one's like 150 or something. I just want to get like the dollar one, the sweet jazz.
So which one? The 99?
Yeah, y'all, my fault. Yeah, y'all, my fault. Yeah, like I was saying, I was just saying to my mom that I was talking to her about that shit, and I was telling her, like, off of like what's going on and shit, how I feel, how I'm dealing with it and everything. Like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, it's like I gave up on like a lot of shit a long time ago, as far as like love, like being like. I'm not saying that like I'm not open for it, but it's like at the same time I don't care about it. I'm just being a good person. I'm not gonna stop being a good person, but I don't have leeway to like open relationships no more after like all the betrayals and stuff and shit that like people have done to me. That's what I gave up on. You know, I don't believe in that type of shit no more. You know. I dealt with too much like personally and shit, you know. But I mean, I could say that, but honestly, it's not even that, y'all. It's really just me separated from my child. That's all this shit is. All the other shit is nothing. But me doing what I got to do every day and still expected to do what I got to do every day. Like both of them is in the same boat. Like that's the shit that's like, you know. I'm happy it's all about to stop. Like I said. Like I'm gonna eat you alive in court, you know. I'm gonna eat your dumb ass alive in court. Call out all your lies and shit, you know. For real, off of running away with my child and setting me up, the justify, you know, your decisions in which you didn't even want to be honest about. You feel me? Like you're a wild ass motherfucking individual, you know. It ain't gonna continuously know how much love that I got as a person in general. It didn't know how much I love my child. And then wake up every day and just be on that type of time and rob that child of me being in his life. You know what I'm saying? However you try to justify it off of your choices, you're a wild ass individual. You're the lowest type of person off of that shit. I'm gonna let you know you're the lowest type of person off of that shit. You get what I'm saying? I have no respect for you whatsoever, and I never will ever again. I did the moment you did that shit. That's on my soul. Like you don't do that shit. You don't do that type of shit to no child. You know what I mean? You don't do that type of shit to no child. Like that shit is wild. So that's why I'll never forgive that shit. I'll never forgive you, you know? And that, like I would never do no type shit like that. You get what I'm saying? It's like people I mean I know a men do it too. Anybody that does it, either side. Like anybody that does that to your kid off of like your own personal feelings or your own bad choices, and you're gonna like rob a kid of a mom or a dad, you're crazy as hell. Like that shit, I never understood that type of shit, y'all, because I'm not that type of person. Like even with her doing this to me, like I still wouldn't do that shit to her. You feel me? I still wouldn't do that shit. I wouldn't do that shit to nobody. Like that shit is just crazy as hell. Like when I think about it, it makes me sick. It makes me want to throw up, you know? It's disgusting. Like so I don't know. Like I said, November 19th. You get what I'm saying? Trust me, I got a whole packet of shit to unleash. You know, for real, highlighted and everything highlighted. Like I know in the order I'm gonna read everything and everything, and I know the courts know what's up also with just all the years of this shit. You know, I'm not even trying to say it like this because you put me to no choice, but and it's like then you watching me because you know I be talking about what I be talking about, and you coming on my shit like this. You feel me? And you know what I mean? Watching me from undercover profiles and stuff off of your choices, like that's crazy. You know, like that's wild. You know, that's insane. Like I would never do that. You know, I'd never do that. Got to be a wild individual to do type stuff like that. For real. You know. But besides that though, I hope everybody like having a good day. Everybody making the most out of their day. Um, you know, with everything. That's all pretty much I gotta say. I don't got a lot to talk about right now. Like I'm just ready. I'm just ready just to continue. I'm ready for this second job to come through. I'm ready just to get like my first checks and everything so I can get my car. Now that I don't got to throw no money towards the courts, I just want to just go forward. You know, I just want to go forward, and I don't want to be provoked. You know, it's like people trying to provoke me all the time because of like, you know what I'm saying? They're like own personal feelings and stuff. I really don't want to be around people. You know. But I'm at a point where it's like so much abuse has been done to me. I know a lot of times I'm being provoked, and sometimes it's like I'm not being provoked. It might just feel like that. But both of them things is just still so bad at the constant of me. I gotta like fight through a day. You know what I'm saying? Off of what's been done to me. You know. I just want to just educate everybody on how important it is to not be around a narcissist, or if you find a narcissist or you're with one, to get away, because all it takes is really for it to happen one time, you know, and you're completely different, you know. All it takes is one time. You don't need it to happen a second or third. All it takes is one time, you know, or you to have a kid with one. You know what I mean? Then it's like you're gonna deal with it because you gotta think about it. I don't know what ways in which she's hurting my child, you know, or doing like spiting him to do things to like make him mad just because I'm not with her, you know. She could be doing anything, you know. And I don't even have no type of confirmation that she's not. And it's like that's crazy, you know. But if like I was the wild out and I was the spaz, like I would be the one that's wrong, you know. Think about all this shit that I had to do the right way. Like I have no idea like the mental agony what this shit has done to me. You know, fuck the cheating and her being a hoe. Like I don't give a fuck about that shit. She like I looked at her from the day gross and not in a way of attracted to her and all of that. The day that shit I knew that shit was serious back in 2020. You know what I mean? But this shit dragged on with my son and shit as like a way of like trying to hold power because it's no us and all of that's destroyed and all of that and all the next shit. And all the other shit I don't even need to keep mentioning over that was done and shit and more shit. Like all that shit is wild. That shit is wild as hell, you know. Like I know I didn't deserve this shit, but I know that I'm gonna be blessed in a way that hasn't even the blessings that I've gotten. I know it's gonna be a blessing that's gonna come to me like no other blessing ever before in my life off of everything I faced because I know the universe know what I faced. That's the thing. Even what y'all fail to realize, like with any and everything, the universe sees everything. You feel me? That's why why you think everything is happening on the planet now. Everybody thinks like that they can just do wrong and do deception and shit, and like ruin families and stuff, and that just get like ran over and nobody cares, you know. But it's like nah, like karma, you know. Stuff is still seen. The universe sees everything. The universe hears everything. You think you're talking behind someone's back and slandering their name, trying to ruin their reputation. The universe is looking right at you while you're doing it. You know? Shit just be so wild. All the evil people that's like around me and shit. Like I feel like I gotta defend myself from the world. You know? And that's crazy, but that's really what I'm in. as a black man, you know. But I'm better off than a lot of people and stuff, because like I eat as it is, and then I don't even eat meat. I don't mess with the sugar. I stop coffee. I might smoke this black and mild, and I hope it don't kill me, but I don't even know, you know. For real, for real. I don't even know. Yo, it's at the end of the day, it's all good and gravy, yo. It's all good and gravy, you know. I know that this is the last of all of this shit anyway, you know. This shit is almost over. All this abuse and shit, this shit is crazy, yo. I'm just happy this shit's almost over. I'm counting these days down. Every day I wake up, I get happy as shit, y'all. Y'all have no idea, you know. Y'all have no idea. Every day we get closer and closer. Don't matter what and how bad it is. Every day we get closer and closer, y'all. That's the main thing, you know. So it's all good at the end of the day.
Oh my god, I ain't got nothing left of it.
All right.
I can have some more. You start coming soon though.
Enjoy the rest of your day, bro.
Yeah, me too.
For me, honestly, it's a win that I don't kill myself. Y'all have no idea. You know, every day I know that I don't, and I'm here with the pain that I'm dealing with around being separated from my child. Y'all have no idea. That's why it's like, it's not mental health. It's not mental health when it's like you fighting for your life off of being separated from your child and you trying to get back to him. Y'all get what I'm saying? Even though with me getting it handled and stuff like that, that's like a whole nother level of stuff. You get what I'm saying? That's like a whole nother level of shit, you know? Because like everybody would joke or whatever, you know, if you really think about it, one of the leading things of like men that's going through like a financial struggle or like homelessness of all ages of men and stuff, what is it? It's over like some family shit, you know, their family being destroyed, you know, like that puts that type of toll that's on a man, that when that happens to a man, that's something that's like, it can't be weighed. Y'all have no idea, that shit can't be weighed even. That's like a whole different type of level of like pain on like a whole nother type of level. And it's just like, you know, I'm just happy that this shit's almost over, y'all. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like, be real with y'all. You're not gonna make me crash out. I don't care how bad it is, you know. I'm not gonna crash out. As long as I don't crash out, then it's a win for me, you know. And that's real as shit. Look at it like this. One day, I'm not even gonna be able to get on here, you know, and that's when y'all gonna know it's real. And everything of what I'm saying. Like, I'm not even gonna be able to get on here and even complain to y'all. And I'm gonna cry my tears of joy with that there's no system that's gonna protect the level of toxicity of a man or a woman that would have a man and have to fight for his child. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I mean? It just be ignored, like the mental damage that shit causes a man having to deal with that shit. Even for me to get this shit done, 5 years, y'all know this shit ain't no fucking joke. Y'all been with me the whole process of this shit, and y'all seen this shit, you know. Y'all seen like the first 3 years, I couldn't even file that fucking paperwork. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to give to a private investigator when I ain't even had the money for that shit. I would have had a car by now. You know what I'm saying? Off of this shit. Hey, excuse me, bro. Hey, by any chance, would you happen to have anything you could spare to help me get to work for a smart trip if you have anything at all? I said, would you happen to have anything you could spare for a smart trip to help me get to work at all? If you have anything? Did you did you hear me? I said my fault. I wasn't sure if you heard me. I'm basically well, I'm on my yeah, you know. Y'all already know the levels of deception, how it comes about though. It's like, this shit ain't nothing there, you know. Only difference is now it's like I'm not reacting, you know. I'm gonna tell you what's real. Even while I'm doing what I can to get out the situation, I'd rather somebody laugh at me and all of that than me crash out and me hurt someone, and then I really don't see my son around all the attacks that's already against me, that everybody's acting like it isn't there, you know? Why the shit is just happening to me and me not being protected and shit. I'm tired of that shit, y'all. I'm fucking tired of that. Like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like, I have no idea. You know? Like, for real. I have no idea. Yeah. Excuse me, sir? By any chance, would you happen to have like a few dollars that you could spare at all to help towards a smart trip if you have it? Yeah, I have no idea. So it's like, You know, it's like y'all can laugh at me, but it's like I'm doing what I can for myself. I don't have no family. You know what I'm saying? And anyone would be like, oh, people act like shit takes overnight. You know what I mean? And then even when you get the shit, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I was just a field assistant. I was working at Lowe's. Both of them jobs that I lost for me to even have to get this job at the Metro for nothing. For nothing. For some shit that was basically like some discrimination, like racist shit. And I wasn't protected, you know? I just figure I gotta stay away from bitches for real. On all levels. But it's like even when you stay away from bitches, you can still get bit by them. It don't even matter. This is like, because this world is like ran off of pussy. So it's like a woman can say anything. Just like how this bitch said to me. A woman can say anything and put you in a situation. She didn't even know I was homeless. You know what I'm saying? And I was fighting for my son. Well, she actually knew I was fighting for my son. But she ain't give a fuck. You know, most of these women don't give a fuck. She was just cared about her ego and to say whatever. Next thing I know, I'm getting spoke to for HR. Everybody know that shit was some bullshit. I ain't even worked nowhere even near the bitch. You feel me? I'm on a whole other side. But it's just like that's some type of shit that happens to you when you're a black man and you don't get protected and you lose your job. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even have had to get another job. I was good where I was at. I was working there for months. You know what I'm saying? Shit out of my control. It's just a tax to the system. You know, the same shit that goes on that everybody ignores. You know what I mean? That's all it is, you know? Shit's been going on long and shit. I don't want my son to have to live like this. I don't want him to have to, and when I mean live like this, I don't mean struggle. I mean, I don't want him to have an ideology like this infringed on him, where it's like the moment that he's trying to even live in it, it's like so much against him. You know, I don't want my son to deal with this shit. I don't want him to deal with this shit. Man, all I can say is shout out the black men that's out here speaking truth and talking, man. Stay on that, man. Because I'm gonna be honest, y'all, we all we got. Nobody give a fuck about us. If we not speaking about it and bringing attention to it, all the guys on the internet that's talking about this shit, stay talking about this shit, y'all. Because we not protected. Nobody give a fuck about us, you know. For real. I can't say that for the black woman. Everything is catered to the black woman. You know what I mean? She get protected by the system in all ways. I think she really getting, but there's not even real protection. But we definitely don't even have that. I'm gonna just say that. You know, it's a lot different for us on all levels. You know, this whole shit is against us, and it's like it's still some of us. We gotta separate from all the black men that want to participate in this shit. The more we participate in this shit, the more it would have black men out here struggling and homeless and shit, or any of us. You know, I just don't get why we still want to play this game and still want to stay connected to this shit. It's like we need to separate from every single black man that wants something from this system, y'all. Anybody that really wants something from this system, they're dangerous as shit. They're the reason why we're in this shit even to start with. You know what I'm saying? Or why all I see out here is homeless men. You know. And I'm in a good area. And I'm in a good area right now. You know, I'm not even gonna say imagine the black men that's going through financial struggles and struggling in a bad area, because I've been in them areas. I've seen them. You know. You're not seeing no white homeless kids, no Asian homeless kids. You're not seeing that shit. You're just seeing us. And then whenever you see us, you see everybody looking at us like we're the problem or we're just not doing something right. Or as if like the system isn't designed against us entirely. You feel me? You don't see the fucking psychological manipulation in this shit. Like, really what's going on? You know? Ain't nobody gonna really care for us, you know? Like, you really gotta be real right now. Like, really what we dealing with. And it's all psychological at the end of the day. All of it's psychological, you know? No matter how nice you ask why you doing what you're supposed to do, what you think it's supposed to be for, what's make you crash out, you know? And that's reality. Excuse me, sir. By any chance on your way out, if you could, you think you could spare anything for a smart trip to basically help me get to work if you have anything on your way out?
Sorry, I couldn't. Were you talking to me?
Yeah, I was on You know it's bad when it's like for my productive stuff, I got to get stuff beforehand because I don't have no help like a family member that would just be able to just help me. You know, I wish I had like a grandma or a mom or a dad, an uncle or aunt that'd be like, hey, you know what? I know you're doing bad in your situation, but I see you doing what you got to do, and you could show me proof of it. Let me even if it was just even if my grandma y'all would be like, look, I can if you tell me like the routes that you need whenever you need them, I'll pay for your lift or whatever. You know how much that would mean for me, or how much more I could get accomplished in like a day. Even just me dealing with the buses to get to one side, like just something like that, or even like a call, like A4s. You know, I know a lot is against you, but I just want to let you know I love you, and you know, I honor that you fighting for your child or something. Just something like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like if I get like any like love to keep going fighting for my son from anybody, it's from like a random person I don't know. I swear to God. I don't get that shit from none of my family members, none of that shit. They act like as if like I wasn't born in their family and it's not their nephew, you know what I mean? Like it's some wild ass shit, you know? And I'm like, what the fuck, you know? Like this is y'all nephew. So, would I be wrong? Would I be wrong? I get my son and I say, I don't let him see his uncles and aunts because I say y'all didn't care about him, you know what I mean? Would I be wrong? But I guarantee y'all everybody would look at me like I'm wrong. And literally not even think about anything that I faced mental agony wise off of just being separated from him, and the panic attacks when I be the random times or when I see other kids his age or anything, any way it comes about, like, you know, the only time a black man is seen in something that is being wrong against him, but not even in a way of the problem alone, is when he spaz out, and then it's his problem. You know, and it's that same concept with like a lot of stuff that everybody knows that's just wrong. That's not even just towards even black men. That's towards the system in general. Anybody, even a woman. Like it's so much stuff that's in that category. You know, it's a lot of shit that's in that category, yo. You know. I might have my lower panic attacks because that's only because I don't have no mental support. And which me still getting what I got to get done, even if I'm a little bit slower, you know what I mean, with a lot that's going, like for real, like I'm gonna be honest with y'all, like if that shit didn't happen with me at Lowe's and me with this field assistant position, I wouldn't have had to work at the Metro. I wouldn't have had to apply for no other jobs. I was good. I was at Lowe's for like 4 months, you know. Imagine if I didn't have to fight for my son. And me being alone, I guarantee y'all, even me still being in a situation, I would have already had a car. Now I'm about to have a car again because I don't got to throw nothing out towards court or nothing like that. But I already would have had me another whip, you know? But I ain't had nobody to fight for me from my son with the money that I had to throw to like locate him even, you know what I mean? Just to like find him and set up this around court to call her out on her lies and shit. So it's just like, you know, I did it though. Took me 5 years, but I did it though. I appreciate whatever you can spare, sir.
You want one of these?
I would. I appreciate your kindness so much, man to man, seriously.
Yeah, honestly.
Because I'm fighting for my son. That's why I'm in this situation.
Oh.
But I don't drink soda. I don't drink.
Oh, you don't?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Peace, power, abundance to you and your family. Gratitude your ways. Seriously.
God bless you. What's your name?
My name is Forrest.
Forrest?
Mm-hmm.
Nice to meet you, Forrest. I'm Kirk.
Nice to meet you,
praying
Kirk.
for you.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you so
day.
much. Enjoy the rest of your day also. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's crazy though. Like, so like I said, it took me 5 years, but I finally got that shit done to locate my son, you know? And that's all that matters at the end of the day. Because I could have just gave up and been like, you know what I mean? I'm not even going to keep searching for him or even find I didn't even know how to deal with a private investigator, none of this shit. I didn't know what a pro bono lawyer was. I didn't know none of this shit. I found out it though, you know? And when I found out I didn't let it go, and I stayed on it. You know what I mean? So like, I'm really proud of myself for that shit. You know, I can't even believe that I got this far. You know, I'm gonna be real with y'all. So, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I got this far off of still fighting for him and just not giving up. You know what I mean? And I advise anybody, if y'all going through the same thing, fighting for your son, don't give up on that shit. You know, because actually a lot of men actually win more than they actually realize. But it's like, most men don't get to that point just because the mental agony that comes with that shit. And you feeling like it's nothing that you can do to fight for your child. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, nah, you can fight for your child no matter how long that shit takes. Always make sure you don't give up on him or her, because your child needs you at the end of the day. You know, they not gonna say that shit, but every child needs a mom and a dad. I don't care what nobody says. You know, and that's something that I feel like by the world is how it is. You gotta think about it. Even if a mom could raise a child alone good, or a son could raise a child alone good, either way, you can't tell me that child will come out better than that child will come out if that child actually had their mom and dad. And that's with any family. Hey, excuse me, bro. Hey, by any chance, I'm basically trying to get to work. Would you happen to be able to spare anything at all towards like a smart trip at all? It's embarrassing me asking. I appreciate whatever you can spare, man. Enjoy the rest of your day. And peace, power, abundance to you also. You know, a mom and a dad both very important at the end of the day. So it's like, you really got to look at it like, think about all the kids that are gay, right? Like all the kids that are like, and I'm saying this from the standpoint, they don't even have a father figure in their life where it's like showing them how to be a man even. You know what I'm saying? And they're just around a woman, and it's like they take on feminine traits, and they don't get no masculinity in no form, in no way whatsoever, and they end up, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know how the process starts, and then next thing you know, you wondering why that kid is like that, you know? So that's all I'm saying. A mom and dad is important, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of problems would be fixed if that was just, you know, if I'm not trying to put women on the spot, but the women that use children against dads, y'all got to stop that shit. It's to your point that it's even women that's calling y'all out on it, and y'all still not taking accountability. Y'all acting like as if like it's not on women. That's, put it like this: if women can't even correct y'all on y'all wrongdoings, then if women can't even correct y'all on y'all wrongdoings, what would you say is gonna fix the problem? Then you hear what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to be mean and be an asshole and say this to y'all. I'm saying this from a loving standpoint and me having a good heart. You get what I'm saying? Because it's like I shouldn't have to fight for my child. That's in which how I'm saying it to y'all. You know, nobody should have to deal with that shit. You know, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real with y'all. You know, so that's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to be an asshole or anything, but y'all really got to realize what the fuck I'm saying, man. Like it's like my mom is talking to me about this shit. She like, oh, you know, it's about to end. And it's like, yeah, I'm proud it's about that. You goddamn right, I'm proud this shit's about to end. You know, but the time that I've been separated from my son that I got to make up and still deal with, even when I get back to him and stuff, that doesn't end. You know, I'm actually going to start to get therapy once I get back with him to deal with that. You know, because I don't know what that's going to look like, what that's going to feel like, but I kind of have an idea. And it's gonna be like a whole nother level of like pain, and maybe even me reliving it again. So I want to make sure when I'm seeing him and I'm back in his life, that like, you know what I mean, that's not affecting me being affectionate with my son, you know, and showing him that like I'm his dad still and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I can't start that process until I get to see him again. So once I call her out on her lies, I'm gonna be reading that shit like a whole fucking like a novel. Everything, all the lies, everything, showing everything, and then once that gets called out and everything, paternity tests, all of that, it's a wrap after that. So it's like, yeah, you know, shit ain't about nothing, you know. The pain, damage has been done. It is what it is. And, you know, I know that you're watching me from random profiles because you see I talk to the people and I give out positive energy and stuff like that. But I advise you also, Issa, for real, work on yourself for our child. You know what I'm saying? Even if you can't get with me again in a relationship, for your behavior and what you destroyed and how you manipulated everything, still get right for yourself for our child. You know what I mean? Because the more you're not right, you know what I mean, for our child, it's going to fall back on our child, whether you're with me or not, you know? And that's something that you got to realize and be mature about, you know? That's something that I thought about. And if you already didn't think about it, let me remind you to think about it. That's all I'm saying, you know? I'm going to keep it real with you. Easy, like, I'm not even joking. You hear what I'm saying? Not even joking. I'm not at your neck no more. I have panic attacks of anger off of being separated from my child. That's it. But as far as like us, like intimately or anything like that, I don't even think about you like in that way or anything like that. I'm not attracted to you in that way, you know. And it's sad because it didn't have to be like this, but shit happens, you know. And choices are made. That's why you gotta watch the decisions that you make when you make them. You gotta make sure that you're not trying to basically like have a win at all costs type of mind state. You get what I'm saying? You got to be more aligned with like yourself, you know. So that's basically what I'm saying as I'm talking about this. Just trying to make sure that y'all understand that. You know, the shit is just wild. Shit is wild as shit. It's really wild, y'all. Excuse me, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. By any chance, would you be able to spare a few dollars to help me get the workout off? You have it? I sound crazy asking.